Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I'm going to review the fifth episode of Power Rangers Dino Fury Winning Attitude. And I am also going to compare it with Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoja. Now, this episode starts with Izzy training for a race, and her cousin Lily is there. She is supposed to help Izzy with her training. Now, oh yes, later on, as Forest Peaks was unleashed onto the city, and well, the Rangers were fighting it. Now, and Ryusuya, the Minosaur, which the Forest Peak is originally from, well, he keeps saying here, 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 here all the time. You see, and Ryusuya, the Minosaurs, they always say the same word over and over. And well, it depends on who's been infected. Well, anyway, the Rangers fought the Minosaur and another the Spurs speaks. I mean, I keep kidding, Well, anyway, yes, they fought in not a playground. I don't know what it's called, but oh, and also this is the episode which where EC gets her sword, which I'll talk a little bit about later. Now, oh yes, well after the battle, well, Izzy went back and well, she expected her cousin to be there, but of course, she didn't know she wasn't there when she arrived. Of course, Lily did come by eventually, and well, Izzy was not happy because well, she's been counting on Lily to help her train so she can win the race, but Lily told her that she thinks there are more important things than winning, like helping people. And you see, Lily, she was helping this friend of hers. But anyway, let's see. I don't remember much about what happened. I mean, I only seen the episode once, but oh, oh yes, well, eventually, once the race started, well, eventually, the well, the Sports Speaks was attacking the city again, was attacking again, and then the Rangers. Oh yes, I remember something now. Yes, the battle I mentioned earlier. Well, this is the first time we have all five Rangers work together. Now, I already mentioned what the first three Rangers did, in a previous video. So I'll just talk about Izzy and Javi. Well, like I said before, when the Rangers morph, well, and they say link the morphing grid and demorph, and usually, unlike Ryusoja, the Rangers don't have these tiny to have each other to have tiny warriors doing some kind of tribal dance, and doing this chant that goes hachi hachi ho ha hachi hachi sorry 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 sorry, and then oh yes, when the Rangers morph, well, Easy she yells out Tiger Fury Green Ranger, and Javi yells out Dragon Fury Black Ranger. Of course, in Ryusoja, the Black Ranger's dinosaur was a dragon. No, no, I mean, sorry, the Black Ranger said Stega Fury Black Ranger. However, in Ryusoja, the Black Ranger's dinosaur wasn't a Stegosaurus, it was a dragon. Now, see. Oh yes, and well, and Ryusoja, well, Towa he yells out the Night of Haste, Ryusu Green, and Bomba yells out the Night of Glory, Ryusu Burak. Now, as I mentioned, the race was happening. Well, yes, the sports pig was attacking again, and well, the Rangers told Easy that she just continue the race, and well, anyway, during the race, this girl who was actually a rival of Easy, well, she got hurt somehow, and then she remembered. Oh yes, I forgot to mention before that happened. Well, before the race started, well, Lily's friends, yeah, Mona, I think that was her name, and well, she was in a wheelchair, and she told Izzy about how Lily's been helping her out ever since she broke her leg. Now I don't think it's mentioned how she broke her leg or how long she has to wear the cast, but yes, and then during the race, she saw her rival hurt, and then she remembered what Lily said about how helping people is more important than winning. So Izzy, of course, did the right thing and helped the girl out, and then Izzy eventually went on to join the battle, and then well, the Spurs beast was really gigantic, and the Rangers were fighting in their Megazord. However, it was getting tough, and well, she needs to contact. Izzy needed to contact her sword, and also, oh yes, before earlier that episode, well, they did it's revealed that there's an area where Javi's and EC swords are, and yes, and then eventually when she called out, and here's the difference in Rio Soldier. You see, before the Free Range, before Towa summoned his sword, well, the minus, well, they tried to distract the Minosaur by playing a game with it because, well, the Minosaur was acting childish, and the reason it was because, well, the Minosaur and Ryusoja from that episode, well, it came from this father who was, well, distressed because his son was in a hospital in a coma, and then, well, you see, turns out that the father was too busy to play with his son. His son is probably like around 5 or 6 or something, and well, he promised to play with his son if he would recover. And well, Bomba, well, he was going to he was willing to kill the father because of well, he thinks the only way to defeat the Minosaur. But Towa stopped him, telling him that he can help defeat the Minosaur without hurting the father. And, if, and eventually, his Mega came around, and also the Tiger Sword, which was called in Dino Fury, but in Real Suja, the Tiger was called Tigerans. And eventually, it combined with Kishiryu, which became yeah, let's see, I think it was Dino T-Rex Tigerlands or something like that. Of course, in Time of Fury, it was called um, Time of Fury Megazord Claw Formation. And then, the Rangers used that form to fight Dr. Speaks, and then they won. and then the episode ended with oh yes, yeah, it well what happened was that after that battle, well, it realized that she didn't finish the race, and her the race is supposed to go ahead, so even if she doesn't win, it doesn't mean she quit it doesn't stop her finishing, even if she goes in last place. So if she goes better the race, and then she finishes, even though she didn't win. But eventually, Izzy did learn a good lesson about winning isn't everything, and Lily, well, she gave Izzy the medallion she earned from a competition she was in, and it was for and well, she gave Izzy the medallion for good sportsmanship. So yes, this episode has a good lesson, and yes, about not to be too obsessed with winning, because sometimes you win something and sometimes you lose, and you shouldn't be too upset if you win something. As for Ryusoja, well, I don't think there was a lesson something like that. Of course, the father did learn not to spend too much time working. I think that's what happened. But that he should also make time for his son. And well, for Bamba, well, he's still this in that episode. Bamba was still in the process of learning that there are better ways to win a battle without hurting an innocent person. I mean, an innocent person. So yes, and also please subscribe to my channel and share this video on social media like Facebook or Twitter or whatever. So that's it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.